Let me bring this home for you. I was young, okay? 21, 22, young. And it was very difficult to be taken seriously for major jobs or major contracts. I knew that I was an amazing presenter. I presented very well and that I was very organized, right? But I also knew that I had a bit of a problem with tardiness. And let's just say difficulty and challenge showing up to things on time. I don't know why.
You an entrepreneur, I got what you need.
Hey there, my loves. Welcome back to CPTV, the place for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs who want to turn their passions into businesses and their businesses into 6- and 7-figure empires. Does that sound like you? Then you are going to want to come on in, take a look around, and subscribe, because every single Tuesday, I am giving you the strategies and the step-by-step actionable trainings for you to implement immediately and get to that level of entrepreneurial freedom that you deserve and desire. And right now, I know you are going to want to subscribe. So go ahead and take care of it right now. I'll wait. Also, I know that at the end of this episode, you are going to want to love it. Not just like it, but love it. So smash that like button and share it. Spread the CPTV love. So I'm Cheryl Perez, but you can call me CP. And guess what? Today is actually episode 3 of my She Boss 101 series. All month long, we have been talking about everything that goes into being a female entrepreneur and a Black female entrepreneur. And today I am zeroing in on my youth. Yes, I am channeling young CP. Okay, like I'm still young, y'all, but just a little younger than I am right now. I have been getting real nostalgic, y'all, about the beginning. And maybe it's because I am working really hard inside of my startup academy with my coachees and students. And I have the honor of working with some really amazing young entrepreneurs, a lot of whom are female. I don't know, but I have so enjoyed channeling those lessons that I've learned. And I love being able to provide guidance and structure around all the things that were involved in those lessons. And my goal in this episode, and even in that coaching program, is to share my experiences and be your hindsight is 2020. You know that saying, don't you? If not, Google it. It is worth the search. So we are talking about the lessons that I learned as a young female entrepreneur. I mean, after all, I started this whole entrepreneurial journey nearly 25 years ago. And my first business, if that's really what you want to call it, was started when I was 21 years old. 21. I have learned so many lessons that I incorporate into my behaviors and my strategies and my decisions that I make every single day, especially now. And a lot of those lessons happened when I was embarking upon my entrepreneurial journey in my 20s and continuing through that journey into my 30s. And I'm about to share my top 5 lessons. So let's get to work. Lesson number 1, dedicate yourself to taking the time and making the commitment to ABL. Always be learning, girl. Yes, there are going to be so many things that you will experience and need to do as an entrepreneur that will require you to take the initiative to learn how to do it. The very essence of entrepreneurship is learning as you go. There isn't a successful business owner out there that will tell you that they knew everything there was to know about being an entrepreneur when they started their business and starting a business before they actually did start that business was hard. So they didn't have to learn anything. Nobody's going to say that to you. They'll actually say that the majority of what they have done in their businesses and in their entrepreneurial journeys is based off of what they committed to learning about and discovering along the way. So from the very beginning, I realized that I had to carve out dedicated learning time on a weekly basis, sometimes a monthly basis, sometimes it was even a daily basis, to learn what I needed to learn in order to be successful. I currently, to this day, take online classes and live classes. I read tons of books. I attend seminars. I go to conferences because I'm constantly looking for ways to learn new things so I can take my business to the next level. And I learned that lesson very early on in my business, where I was really doing a whole lot of winging it and not necessarily learning the skills required to be a successful entrepreneur. And it just cost me a lot of money and a lot of frustration. So now, before I embark upon anything new, I take the opportunity to learn everything I can. I really get the training that I need, and then I move forward. Trust me, that patience is golden. If you're an entrepreneur, you're a creative. And to be creative, you need food. And food for creativity is information. Okay, that was good, y'all. That's CP's quote of the day. Show of y'all, what's the quote of the day? Okay, lesson number 2. You need to establish credibility in everything that you do and realize it's also affected by everything that you don't do. Did that sound complicated? Because I feel like that sounded a little complicated. Okay, so anyway, let me bring this home for you. I was young, okay? 21, 22, young. And it was very difficult to be taken seriously for major jobs or major contracts. I knew that I was an amazing presenter. I presented very well and that I was very organized, right? But I also knew that I had a bit of a problem with tardiness. And let's just say difficulty and challenge showing up to things on time. I don't know why. I mean, I'm always trying to multitask, which gives me very little room to actually leave when planned. And I really should be leaving early, but I just don't necessarily do it all the time. So anyway, getting back to the story, I'm going to deal with that, unpack that with y'all later. Anyway, I had an amazing opportunity to present for a potential client that I was looking to acquire. And it was an amazing contract. I mean, of course, I actually got that vibe when I did end up arriving late. And that vibe put me in this space of anxiety and wanting to beat myself up. But I knew I was going to kill this presentation and I was going to blow them away. So I kept it moving. I knocked the presentation out of the park. I don't know if it was attention or the anxiety or that kind of drove me to really kill it and gave me that energy, but my information was on point and the numbers were on point. And I just felt like I did everything right. I mean, I poured my heart and soul into preparing for this presentation. And I really did feel like I went above and beyond. So I had, everything that comes along with an amazing presentation. I had charts, I had graphs, I had PowerPoints, I had hardbound proposals for everybody in the boardroom. And I felt like I had established that expert level of credibility that I needed to get and be awarded this amazing contract. So I leave, I go home, I'm stressed out, I have a glass of wine. I'm waiting in anticipation the next day, expecting a phone call saying, "We'd like to move forward, Cheryl." And instead, I got an "Unfortunately, we've chosen someone else" call. My heart was broken. I was crushed, of course. But I knew enough to just respond and say, "Thank you so much for the opportunity, But I also responded with, if you wouldn't mind, I'm constantly looking for ways to grow my business and personally. Do you have any feedback you'd like to share about why you made the choice that you did? And I also said, and thought to myself, the person that I was actually talking to, she was a woman. And I felt like she really empathized with me. And we really hit it off during the presentation. I mean, I think she genuinely liked me. So, what was there not to like? Okay. Anyway, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Anyway, because I did think that she empathized, she did share with me that it really came down to the fact that I established an immense amount of credibility through my presentation. Duh. And my knowledge and my level of confidence was great. Duh. But it also significantly decreased my credibility when I showed up late. That's when I decided I had to get my head out of my own ass. And I had to realize that I had to stop expecting people to only notice what I did well. And I expected them to dismiss what I didn't do well. That if I was going to be a successful young female entrepreneur and to be taken seriously, I had to bring it every single time. And everything that I did, I couldn't just show up late and expect people not to even notice. I began to realize that because I was young and Black and a female, that I really, really had to just bring it. And I had to recognize that building a business requires an immense amount of credibility. And I was young. And if I wanted to be the first thought in the minds of my customers, then I needed to always give 100% and kick ass. No excuses. Never.
You're a total badass.
Thank you. Thank you. Lesson number 3 was a doozy. But honestly, I needed it. It's realizing that not everyone deserves your trust. Yes, I said trust. Because when I was in my 20s, starting my businesses, I was a little naive and I was extremely trusting. I was just passionate and I had so much energy. And I didn't realize that not everybody that I was around or working with or collaborating with or just kind of vibing with or creating and brainstorming with should be a partner in my business. Nor should they be someone I do a handshake or some type of oblivious verbal agreement with. I think this lesson really is where my formal paperwork skills were developed. It's when I learned that you should always have a contract or an agreement that spells out all of the terms and termination paperwork and payment information and just all the specifics. Even if you think it's someone that you think is a friend. It's where I learned that you have to be completely transparent with what you want, not only verbally, but in writing when you really want to progress and keep things running smoothly. I also learned that making sure all of my contractual I's were dotted and T's were crossed had nothing to do with my trust level for the other person and everything to do with being about business. And I developed a unique skill for getting everybody, even family, comfortable with signing the contract. Okay. Everybody in my life, y'all, will tell you that I am the queen of a good waiver. And when I think back, that lesson is the reason why. In the beginning, I was the opposite. I was giving and I was trying to change the world. So whatever the impact, I needed to do it. And I did a lot of work and never got paid on a lot of jobs and felt very taken advantage of from people that honestly I considered to be partners in the journey with me. And I realized that even if I was exchanging services with a partner, I needed to have it in writing. That was a very tough lesson, but I got it down packed now, y'all. You hear what I'm saying? Okay.
Listen, Linda.
Listen.
Okay, what?
Like everything they do at this house, you can't trust everything at Grandma's house.
Don't you just love that little boy? Just love him. Okay, lesson number 4. It is okay to speak up, but only if you know what you're talking about. Yes, that goes back to lesson number 1. Typically, you're going to be in environments where you'll have intellectual conversations, very deep talks, or have to provide an opinion, or you'll have to help your ideal customer and give them some advice on the spot because you meet them, you come in contact with them, and you figure out that they are your ICA. And there's 2 things that you really deal with mentally when you're young and in those situations. Number 1, you begin to think, I want to present myself as confidently and as assertively as possible, so I want to say something. Or you do number 2, which is, I don't feel confident enough to say anything, so I just won't say nothing at all. And I'm here to tell you that what you really should do is combine those 2 ideas. Yes, you should absolutely get involved in the conversations as long as they center around topics that you know something about. Okay? And if you really feel like not enough topics come up that you're comfortable chiming in on during conversations or meetings or networking, then I want you to go back to lesson 1 and begin to engage actively in learning. One of my favorite things that I have always done is read a lot of books about the topics that I already know something about or that I want to learn more about. Now, they've got Kindles and things on your phones and all kinds of things. I mean, everything. So there's no excuse why you can't find 10 minutes every single day to read or read a chapter. But I set little goals for myself surrounding reading. And in 2020, because this is the year of the quarantine, I've been able to up my game a bit, y'all. So I have this goal right now going on where I read a new book every 2 weeks. And I'm telling you, the types of conversations that I'm able to have that I wasn't before because my knowledge base has increased so significantly, the people that I've been able to meet, the opportunities that have come to me because of that knowledge base are because I speak up. And I do because I can intelligently and confidently talk about the topic. So listen to what I'm saying, love. Do I need to get a little boy back out here? Yes, you need to use your voice. It's okay not to be quiet. It impresses other people when you offer content and value, but only do it if you've engaged enough in the learning process to deliver amazing and accurate content and value. Lesson number 5 is the one that has taken me about the longest to learn. I really have just begun to master this in the last couple of years. So I'm proud of myself. And that lesson is, not everyone or everything deserves your time. So learn to say no more often. Honestly, I really don't even know what more I can say about that one. I mean, that just is what it is, right? I mean, you just got to say no. Only say yes if it serves both parties. And that includes you. When I was younger, I would say yes to everything because I was about serving others and helping others and having an impact. And I still am about those things. I have just learned that I will have more time for the people who I really truly can impact if I just stop giving it to the folks who really can't get any value from me, which means I'm not achieving the impact goal anyway. So now I evaluate things and I say no to things. When I was younger, I would have never said no to some of the stuff I say no to now. I was out there chasing like every shiny ball around because I couldn't say no. I felt like I had to do everything in order to build my brand and build my business. Whew, I was tired, y'all. Tired. exhausted. Okay. And now as I continue to evolve, I realize I get so much further, so much faster because I am dedicating my time to the things that are going to get me further faster. I wish I would have learned this lesson so much earlier, but now is better than never. So I'm sharing it with you, which is why I'm telling you today, right here, it's okay. Okay. Say no. Okay. I want you to practice it in the mirror with me. No, 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 no. And every time somebody takes a question that you're normally going to spit out a yes to, think to yourself, is this going to be beneficial for both parties? If you answer yes, then do it. But if it's a one-sided benefit, stick with no and you'll be good to go. Okay? All right. Now, did you get some lessons today that you can use? If so, don't forget, please subscribe, please like, please hit that notification bell so that you will know when I am here at the same time, in the same place next week, continuing our discussions in the She Boss 101 series. And if you want to talk something specifically She Boss, let me know down in the comments. Until next time, my love, have a great day. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Mwah.